We meditate to get good at life, not to get good at meditation. No one cares if you're a good meditator. Everybody cares if you're good at life. Same thing with diet. We eat food to get good at life, not to get great at eating food. Not to be like, I'm the best vegan in the land. I'm the most paleo person on the planet. Like, I've eaten the most healthy diet ever. Because what's healthy for you is not healthy for you. Like, I can just see by looking at you guys, you have very different doshas. You have very different constitutions. So the same food that might be very healthy for you might be toxic for you. So dosha, it's basically a Sanskrit word that means body type or constitution. And we don't just have one, right? We have all of the doshas. We have all of the elements inside of us, but just to varying degrees. Okay, so imagine that there's a dosha pie, okay? And the ingredients in this pie are called vata, pitta, and kapha. So vata, pitta, and kapha. Vata is air and space. Pitta is fire. Kapha is earth and water. Again, it's not like these are not file folders. It's not like, well, you're a vata and you're a pitta. No, we all have all three, but to varying degrees. So we're just looking at what proportion is your pie. How predominant is your vata? How predominant is your pitta? You know, so that, and the cool thing about this is that some of these words are just going to sound foreign, and these concepts are going to sound foreign, and then one day you're going to be walking down the street and you're going to see someone and you'll be like, wow, that person has a lot of pitta. Or like, whoa, she's really dealing with a vata imbalance. Or like, hey, can I just give you some raw fat? Or like, can I just give you some cucumber water? And you're just going to start to know like how to help people and how to help yourself. You're going to start to see your own imbalances before they become very acute. And that's the whole point of Ayurveda. It's bringing things into balance. It's understanding how your body is interacting with nature in every moment of every day. So we're using every meal, every exercise, every meditation, every outfit that we wear, we're using this to optimize our health and to bring our nervous system into balance versus exacerbating an imbalance. Does that make sense? So let me just give you like the archetypical doshas. So a vata would be like Tilda Swinton. Do you guys know that actress? Or like, if that doesn't make sense to you, maybe a Greyhound puppy. You know, like a Greyhound dog, you know, they're like very thin, very light bones, very fast. You know, Greyhounds are very fast, okay? Greyhound dog is really probably the best example of vata. And I should say that the emotional element of vata is very intellectual, very fast intellect, very smart, very adaptable, but out of balance, erratic, nervous, insomnia, right? So when you get out of balance as a vata, it's like, yeah. Pitta is fire, okay? So an archetype of that would be Ari Gold from Entourage. Do you guys know that show, Entourage, from HBO? He's an agent. He's like a high-powered, like CAA agent. It's not CAA, but the equivalent. And so Pittas have a lot of passion. They are very good leaders. They are very ambitious. Okay, but out of balance, that temper gets crazy. You know, they just get like, they have a lot of fire, okay? They have just a lot of, and if that anger doesn't go outward, then it goes inward. Okay, so if you're not getting mad at someone else, you're like, oh, I'm such a dummy. I can't believe I did that. And you're mean to yourself. And then kapha, right? This is earth and water. Okay, so these are like boulders. This is like a stagnant energy a little bit. And an archetype of this would be Oprah. Okay, a lot of gravitas, a lot of groundedness. And it was not a mistake, it's not an accident that Oprah didn't get like success until she was 51, right? It took her a long time to get going, but now that she's going, try and stop her. So like there's a lot of inertia in a kapha, right? It takes a lot to get them going, but once they're going, they really go. So again, we all have all three of these elements. We all have air and space. We all have fire. We all have earth and water, but to varying degrees. And if you understand what you're dominant in, it's easier for you to balance that out. It's all about understanding your body and how your body interacts with the laws of nature. And the reality is, just like we're creating our reality every second of every day, whether we know it or not, right? It's like, how conscious of that fact are we? Same thing with our health. We're either acting in accordance with nature and getting in flow with nature and optimizing our health, or we're moving against that, or we're taking away from our health. And I don't like to use the word degrading, but degrading our health. And the question is, how aware of that are we? And the reality is medicine, the food industry, big pharma, big agra, like there's a lot of money to be made in these industries, and there's a lot of lobbying that goes on with our government. So what is claimed to be healthy, what is on the label to be healthy might not actually be healthy. And so we have to take a lot of responsibility ourselves to do the research. And honestly, there's gonna be so much complexity coming at you. It might seem overwhelming this weekend, but in reality, if you break it down, all we're doing is just coming back to nature. Do you know what I mean? Like probably this course 100 years ago would have been like, duh. You know, like our great-grandparents would be like, oh my God, Emily, I get it. So if you are enjoying this enriching, beautiful content, I want to let you know that these are excerpts from my most advanced course called Moving into Mastery. And if you're curious to find out more, you can head to zivameditation.com/mastery. I promise this is just the tip of the iceberg of how awesome this can get.